Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst with Money and Markets. And, typically we reserve this time for me to sit down with our chief investment strategist, Adam O'Dell, where we ask him anything. Well, we're going to change that up a little bit, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But today, a very important thing that I want to get into, and it's a question that it's come from multiple viewers, and I want to jump right in. But instead, I want to change it up here. I don't want to just ask Adam because, I lean very heavily into Adam for all of his wisdom and all of his guidance. But I think, bringing in someone who is just as important in the financial world is key here to answer this question. So I brought in not only Adam O'Dell, our chief investment strategist, but Mike Carr, who is a fellow CMT along with Adam. And in terms of the market, I rely on Mike just as much as I do on Adam for his insight and guidance into the market. And I'll just jump right into it. First off, the question here is, we're seeing a lot of turbulence, I guess would be a way to put it, in the market. A lot of things in flux, up one day, down the next. And Adam, I'll start with you. The question here is what are you doing in these current fluctuating market conditions?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, a lot of people are kind of in this shock and awe phase where buy and hold is starting to look pretty lousy, which we've been talking about for years now. The 60-40 just isn't holding up and isn't likely to. Basically, we're adapting, and we are. Adaptive investing is a core principle of our business, and we are adapting to the reality, in the markets. And so, what that involves is taking a shorter-term approach rather than going long-term. It's shorter-term. I run an options trading service where we're not in trades any longer than 2 to 3 months, which allows us to be nimble. I also run a service where we're in trades for 2 days, kind of taking out the seasonally strongest part of the week, Monday through Wednesday. So really short term is the name of the game. You also have to be flexible to play both sides of the market, long and short. And there are very safe ways to do that. And finally, it's just kind of looking at asset classes outside of the stock market. So stocks, especially in a down market, are 80% or more correlated. So you have to look at alternative assets, whether it be commodities, currencies, crypto. You have to look outside the stock market. So those are my 3 keys to adapting in this environment.
And Mike, I'll throw it to you. And for those who don't know, just a real brief bit of background on Mike. Mike is actually a nuclear engineer, or was a nuclear engineer. He was in the military, worked in the nuclear side of the military, and is an absolute, literally a genius. And I don't say that just because you're on the call, Mike. I say that because I firmly believe in all my conversations that I've had with you that you are. So I'll throw that question to you as well. What are you doing? What are you looking at in these current fluctuating market conditions?
Well, first, thank you so much, Matt, for your kind words and for having me. And like Adam, I mean, I've known Adam for a number of years, and I've always been impressed at his ability to just take this large amount of information that's in the markets and bring it down to a simple buy-sell idea. And I think that's the whole key to the future here. We got to stay focused on the short term. In the long run, we're hearing more and more about a recession. My work indicates we are not in a recession. It sure feels like one, but the recession hasn't even started yet. So we have months of pain ahead of us, maybe a year or more. And that means we have the bear market still ahead of us. We might be halfway through the bear, maybe a little bit more than halfway, but this is going to be a rough 6 to 12 months for traders. Well, more so for investors. Traders have the ability to benefit from the volatility. And like Adam, I think you've got to look around the world. We're seeing the dollar make an incredible move, and there's some profit potential there. We're also seeing other asset classes, oil going up and down, very tradable. And lately, I've just been really focused on this short-term idea, looking at different asset classes. And late last year, the Securities and Exchange Commission, surprisingly, handed me really a key to big profits. I'd been testing an asset. The strategy showed a 43,000% return over 7 years. But there was an issue with actually executing it, like there is so often when you see returns like that. Then the SEC kind of solved my problem for me. And I think we have something that we can trade now for the next 7 years, potentially even better returns.
That sounds massive. And what what I want to do here is I know that you've been working on this. You put a lot of man hours in, and Adam knows exactly what this is like, because he's done the same thing. And I've been beneficiary of being able to watch and be part of that type of thing. And it really is truly a great thing. And what I want to do here before we go is I want to give people the ability, if you want to learn more about what Mike's talking about, because we're only going to give a very, very broad look here. Then we're going to put a link up top here, and you can find out more about this great opportunity. And then next week we're going to do this again. I'm going to sit down with Adam and with Mike, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about what this is. Not going to give away the farm, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But Mike, Adam, we'll cut it off there. I do appreciate it. Definitely, if you haven't already, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great content that we have on there. Adam, Charles, myself, our entire team, we work very diligently and very hard to give you content almost every day of the week. So definitely make sure you're subscribed. Click that notification bell, get notified each and every time we put something up. Also, I would be remiss if I did not mention the mothership, that is moneyandmarkets.com. You can use our proprietary, I say our, but Adam's right here. Adam's proprietary stock power rating system. You get the ratings of thousands of stocks. We rate on 6 different metrics, and you can just type in a ticker on our homepage search bar at moneyandmarkets.com, and you can find the ratings information, the breakdown, fundamental information about the company, stock chart, any research that we have on there is all yours to use for free. It's all at Money and Markets. So until next time, where we're going to talk even more about this great idea. And I think, Mike, you say 43,000%?
That's correct.
43,000%. We're going to talk more about that next week. So make sure you get prepared for that. Until next time, for Adam O'Dell, Mike Carr, I am Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets. Safe trading, everyone.